Each year, as winter loosens its grip on the northern hemisphere, people around the world prepare for the arrival of spring. The date is March 20th, the vernal equinox, a moment of balance between darkness and light. For millions, it is also the day of an unusual holiday. The holiday is known simply as Mikesmas. The exact origins of Mikesmas remain a matter of scholarly debate. Some historians trace its beginnings to informal gatherings among traveling musicians in the late 20th century. Others suggest the celebration developed organically among communities connected by food, music, and storytelling. What is certain is that the holiday spread quickly. Within a few decades, celebrations began appearing in multiple countries across several continents. Central to every Mikesmas observance is the traditional meal. Known as the Feast of Fried Chicken and Bourbon, the meal symbolizes hospitality, abundance, and the end of winter. The simplicity of the tradition is part of its appeal. Good food, good drink, and better stories. In the United States, the holiday has become closely associated with fried chicken establishments and bourbon distilleries. Restaurants report some of their busiest days of the year as families gather to celebrate. While not yet officially recognized as a national holiday, Mikesmas continues to grow in popularity. In Germany, the holiday is known as Mikesnacht. Celebrations often center around currywurst and beer shared among friends and neighbors. In some communities, vegetarian restaurants are required to close for the day. Participation, while technically optional, is strongly encouraged. In parts of the Balkans, the celebration is called Den na Mike, the Day of Mike. Villages mark the occasion with the first sheverme of the season, whole lamb roasted slowly over open fire. Rakia flows freely while musicians play late into the night. Children traditionally celebrate with boza, a fermented grain drink popular throughout the region, though opinions on the flavor remain divided. For many, the festival represents the true beginning of spring. In Sweden, the holiday is observed as Miksdag. As winter recedes, families gather outdoors to share food and drink. Local customs combine traditional fried chicken with regional spirits such as aquavit. Songs are often sung well into the evening. After enough bourbon and aquavit, participants report that everyone becomes a Mike. In neighboring Finland, the celebration is known as Mikonpäivä. Observances tend to be quieter, often taking place near forests or lakes. Families gather to share the traditional meal and reflect on the passing winter. In some communities, participants briefly plunge into still cold lakes. The bourbon afterward is widely considered essential. In Australia, Mikesmas has taken on a distinctly local character. Families construct elaborate Mikesmas trees using cans of Victoria bitter. The larger the structure, the greater the prestige. In parts of France, communities celebrate with small festivals. Each year, one citizen is selected as Mike de l'année, Mike of the year. The chosen individual is crowned and seated upon a ceremonial throne constructed entirely of beer cans. For the remainder of the day, the Mike does not pay for drinks. Some of the earliest references to Mikesmas appear in unexpected places. In the Andaman Islands of the Indian Ocean, communities developed their own observance of the holiday. Local traditions describe ceremonial gatherings where wild fowl is shared among families and a rice beer known as handia is served. Though geographically distant from other celebrations, the spirit remains remarkably familiar. Food is shared, stories are told, and the arrival of spring is welcomed. Today, Mikesmas is observed on nearly every continent. The details may vary from place to place, but the spirit remains the same. Community, celebration, and the simple joy of gathering together. Despite its global reach, one question remains. Where did Mikesmas begin? Some historians believe the celebration originated with a traveling musician from Pittsburgh, known simply as Memphis Mike. Whether by accident or design, the tradition has endured. And every year, on March 20th, people around the world gather once again. Fried chicken, bourbon, and a story worth telling.